All right, finished up the project on the GT500, and there's a story behind this car. If you follow my channel, this is a car. This is the first car ever in my lifetime that I purchased, sold it, and then bought it back. I've never ever done that in my life, and it was because of financial challenges back during the pandemic. And after I sold this car, I sure regretted it, because this car is very special to me, because this had a build date of, let's see here, 2/20. Okay, so that build date, February of 2020, and believe it or not, the build sheet in this car is February 5th, 2020. That's my mother's birthday, and I bought this car for my birthday, which is coming up here very shortly, in 2020. And it was just a total fluke on how I bought that car. This is when the GT500s were just first hitting the market, and people were on waiting lists and very challenging. I ordered one from Coons Baltimore Ford, and that was like September of 2019. And waiting for a VIN, waiting for a build date, waiting for a VIN. October, I didn't think I'd get one, but by December I thought I would. So ordered September, and actually ordered the orange. I was trying to remember the name of the orange it was, and so anyways, and then actually I kind of thought about it, and I think I changed it to Iconic Silver. That's right, I changed it to Iconic Silver, and so now it's like December. No VIN, no build date. January, no VIN, no build date. February, no VIN, no build date. And I'm just like, wow. And I had the Ford Performance phone number to actually call Ford Performance and talk to an individual to ask, what's going on. And, cool people, and they were upfront about what's going on. And this is pre-pandemic. So now it's getting to be like the latter part of February. And I went out and I purchased I traded in my 2018 Jeep Wrangler Rubicon with like 40s on it, if I remember right. Lifted to the hilt. Beautiful car, beautiful truck, rode like crap. And so I traded that in on the brand new Explorer ST. And so when I was down there doing the whole deal, all these people are running and clamoring. This is Coons Sterling Ford in Sterling, Virginia. All these people are running around to the back side of the lot where the trailer came in with the truck, and this car is on that car hauler. And I see this car coming off the car hauler. Hey, I'm like, wow, man, Jesus Christ, some guy's a lucky guy today. I'm like thinking, wow, this is crazy. Some guy ordered this car, and so I see the car, and I do the walk around. People are of this car right here, because one of the first in Northern Virginia that came in, borderline in some degrees. And so I'm just like, wow, that is so cool. That guy's so lucky. So I kind of looked at it, and I'm like, well, that was just in the waiting line. So now I go home, and I had to go back to the dealership the following day, I think, to drop something off for my Jeep. And as I roll up to the dealership, that car is sitting on the front line of the dealership for sale. And I'm like, what? I'm like, wait a second. So I go inside the dealer, and I go, hey guys, what's going on? That GT500 out there, I thought was a customer order. Like, no. I mean, you're telling me that car's for sale? They're like, yeah. And of course, they want a huge ADM on it. I'm like, I'm not excited about that. But I'm like, so that car there is for sale? They're like, yeah, you want it? I'm like, yeah, but I'm not going to pay the price you want for it. So if you want to talk and negotiate, then I'll think about it. So now another day actually passes, and I actually call Ford Performance to get a status on my car, my Iconic Silver that I built. And it's same setup, same exact package that I wanted. And the Ford Performance guys, like, he said, wait a second, you right now have a chance to get a GT500? I'm like, yeah. He's like, you better grab it. I'm like, really? He's like, I was like, if I was in your shoes, I would get that car. I would get that car. I'm like, well, where's my build? He's like, I have no idea. I'm like, I sincerely, the guy was like, I can't tell you when that car's gonna get built. It could be March, April, May. It could be June. Who knows? And I'm like, all right. So I go back to the and we haggle, and they came down off the ADM, and I buy the car. And wow. And I bought this car for my birthday present in February 2020. All right. Cool. And this is really kind of, if you look at my YouTube channel, that was kind of the true beginnings of my YouTube channel. And if you watch my first videos, you don't see me. You do not see me in the video. I really didn't want to be in the video. I really was about more wanting to share my excitement, enthusiasm with the vehicles I own, but not so many times the guys in these videos like, look at here, you know, like, look, they're doing all this stuff, you know, look at, they're putting their face. Wait a second, does that sound like me? Probably. Have I evolved to that? I guess. I don't know. Hope not. But it's just, you know, the constant like, oh my God, you know, I don't want anything to do with that. So I behind the camera. If you watch my original series of my YouTube channel, you will not see my face. You just hear my voice. And it's just, and so I did videos on the GT500 and I compared it to my Dodge Challenger Hellcat Red Eye wide body, octane red. And I was just, I mean, a lot of my Dodge borderline disowned me. Well, they've disowned me now anyways, because it's just who I am, I guess. But anyways, that's a whole nother conversation. But so I just love that car. Beyond believable. This was the baddest ass GT500. This is the baddest ass car I've ever owned in my lifetime, production car. And I used to just talk about it all the time. And so I did videos, and I did a video of my Hellcat trying to compare the differences and the exhaust note. And there's just so many things. This car's so cool. Okay, so right after I bought this car in March, as everybody knows, in 2020, the pandemic came in. And the pandemic shut down the country. Pandemic shut down businesses. Well, for me, my business got killed. It got destroyed. And so now I'm challenged because I have like, I don't know, 20, 30 cars, and my income was going to half. I'm not embellishing to you. Yeah, my income went to half. And now it's like, oh, here we go. You know, here comes a sad story. I talk about pray for a miracle in one of my videos. I gotta emphasize you enough. You have no idea during that pandemic how many days I prayed for a miracle, for the serious financial challenges I went through, from the government shutting everything down that impacted me. Huge. So sadly, after 16 months of just borderline financial havoc and challenges, I finally had to raise my hand and say, you know what? It's time to start letting all my nice cars go, which I did. So June of 2021, I raised my hand, and I mean, this is no lie. And I went to the dealership, and I had to get rid of my Hellcat Red Eye. I got rid of my GT500 right here in front of it. Rid of my Ford Raptor. I got rid of my Toyota Supra. I got rid of my, I'm just trying to go through the list. I got rid of like 6 or 7 vehicles because the market was becoming very healthy for used cars. And so I was able to cash out of them and kind of make things work. But this was a total tearjerker. My daughter was in tears. Oh, I had to let go of her Civic Type R I bought her. That had to go. But he brought good money. And I'm just trying to think of the other cars. I just can't remember everything without going through the brain shuffle. But anyways, sad. This had such a sentimental value to me. And I just was like, wow. And like, oh, well, like, well, move on. So in June of 2021, in July, the government really kind of started getting a little more laxed on all these guidelines. And in August, my business really kind of started to come back to life. And by September, it came back to life like full blown. And I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe I jumped the gun. I jumped the gun. And I should have kept that GT500. I should have never have let it go, because my business came back to life. My income came back to life. And I was just like, wow. So here's me. I talk about the car gods all the time. You know, I have a channel, and some people are like, it's all about you. Well, you know what? I try to share stories so maybe other people can radiate. You know, I can radiate and relate. You can relate with life on what can maybe play out that you think things aren't going to work out for you. Pray for a miracle. Pray for a miracle. I can't emphasize enough. You need to watch that video for me to explain how to pray for a miracle. Yes. Do you know how to pray? But anyways, so here's the thing. So what's the odds of September of 2021, where I'm in the Mustang 6G forum and I'm known in the GT500 thread there, and this individual personally messages me and looks for my advice. The individual's like, hey, I'm looking to help my father buy a GT500 or a Mustang Super Snake. And those are two totally different vehicles. If you don't know what the differences are, well, the Mustang GT500 is a built Shelby product out of their factory. The Ford Mustang Super Snake is built from the Tuscany Corporation, which is a branded manufacturer for the Shelby Carroll products, the Carroll Shelby products, where they have the exclusivity to build and brand Shelby merchandise. So what they do, when you buy a Shelby Super Snake, what you're then buying is a GT Mustang that is shipped to their factory and stripped out and gutted and built into a custom high-performance Shelby Super Snake Mustang. So base Mustang, and they just rip it apart and put it all back together with all the custom, performance products. And that's why the Shelby Super Snake typically is more money than a factory GT500. It's because they've taken a $30,000 to $40,000 base Mustang GT50 body and engine, and they've then just ripped it apart and did all their own manufacturing and made it into the really incredibly car that is every bit as good as this car. I guess you could say that. And gentlemen, look to me, and what people don't know is that in the state of Virginia, there's only select Shelby Super Snake dealers. When you go to Maryland, there is no Shelby Super Snake dealers because it's a modified vehicle from the factory. Maryland is a green state. You can't buy modified cars new in the green state of Maryland. So Virginia is the only side where I live that you can get the Shelby Super Snake product. Yes, you can buy the GT500 Shelby built direct Ford Mustang. Yes, but when you go to other states that have different guidelines of manufacturing of new vehicles being modified, that's a whole different ballgame. So anyway, this gentleman reaches out to me, and I was like, that's a really hard question to answer, but it's really easy if your father wants a stick shift. Because the difference between a GT500 is it's a DCT, dual clutch transmission, and the Shelby Super Snake is a manual transmission. And you can get it with automatic, but they really usually go with the manual. That's the biggest gripe. The biggest gripe of the GT500 product, Ford Direct, is it won't put a manual in it. You can only get the dual clutch transmission. So if you want that manual, you have to go to the Super Snake side. So just for the heck of it, since I know Kuhn Sterling Ford is a Super Snake dealer, I decide in September of 2021 to go to their website just to browse their inventory to see if I can find this guy a Super Snake for his father or a GT500. Well, when I go to the website and I'm looking around and I'm highlighting GT500 and Super Snake, the different categories, my car is at the dealership on the used car side. Now, I already know this car was purchased right after I sold it. Some guy bought this car, scooped it right up. In fact, he traded his Hellcat for that car in June of 2021. So that car disappeared. Well, the guy decided to trade it back in on a track pack GT500. He wanted, a more track-oriented car. So he took my car that he bought from me, and he turned around and he traded it back in, and he put like 1,800 miles on it and bought a GT500 Track Pack Edition, the Golden Ticket. That's called the Golden Ticket Package. And I'm like, I'm like, what? My car is back? I'm like, wow. Here's the thing. If that gentleman had never reached out to me on that Ford Mustang GT500 forum and done a personal message, I would have never known that car was at the dealership. And somebody said, well, big deal. They could have called you or probably sit there for a month or two. A used GT500 back in 2021 when you couldn't even get the damn things because of the pandemic? Yeah, good luck. You're not in touch with reality and trying to find limited production cars. So, wow. So I call the dealer and I'm like, oh my God. And so now, I'm like, how do I buy this back? So yeah, you're looking at this car back. This is the only car in my lifetime I have ever bought back. There's been so many times I've sold cars and second guessed myself. And then I'm like, I should buy it back. but the conditions and circumstances, if the car's gone or whatever it may be, it just doesn't play out. This is an incredibly, for me, this is just a really close relationship with a car that I have. It's just, for me, it's just a very unique car that I bought that was built on my mother's birthday. I bought it for my birthday. I let it go, and then it came back. Wow, right? And this is no lie. I'm just telling you stories because I like to tell stories. Start going to the Leesburg car show, which I never have really gone to the car shows much. I'm just too busy. Just too many things about going on. But I like to go to them and make the videos. So I do that. The kid likes it. So when I'm at the car show with my car, this big guy walks up to me next to me and goes, "That's my car." And I'm like, "What do you mean that's your car?" He's like, "When you rolled up to that dealership to buy that car, I was behind the door waiting to hear your final decision on that car. Because I had a deal done on that car. I got the blessing from my wife to buy that car." And I'm like, "Really?" He's like, "Yes." He's like, "I heard the story that was your car. It came back, and they just wanted to honor you giving you the first choice to buy that car back to see if you can get a deal go down and get the credit for it and make it all work." He said, "But I already had a check in my hand to buy that car." I'm like, he's like, "You have no idea how," he's like, "I wanted that car." And I'm like, "Man, I feel bad." He's like, no, "You know what, man?" He's like, "I have my Mustang. To hear your story, I respect that, and I would assume you do the same for me." I'm like, "Absolutely." So I was like, wow. So yes, that car was gone. Had that guy not reached out to me in the Ford. So I guess the whole message is it's the car gods, but for me, it's all about the cars. It's all ever. All right. Yeah, the Ford F450, that's a whole other story. We'll talk about that a whole other day. So anyways, hey, everybody, appreciate you watching my channel. It's all about packing up. And this stuff stays south now in Tennessee while I head back north. And do I take the truck and trailer back tomorrow? I tell you, it's not comforting that they're supposed to have snow moving, I think, early tomorrow morning. So very, very debatable. But I mean, I've got to bring it back. So, I think the roads, as long as the roads, but the downside, what I don't like about this is the brine. It's going to be, this trailer's get so trashed with that crap. So I'm back home, I'm going to have to power wash the hell out of the bottom of this thing because it's just going to eat the crap out of this thing. And I have not exposed this to the winter weather ever. All right, here's the dogs. Dogs are chilling out. Since this is not my property with fencing in, it's a little harder to manage them, and I just kind of like to keep them in the truck right now and blah blah blah, and I'll kind of pack things up and then soon for some more conversations and adventures. And yeah, sorry if you were following my channel and you're expecting to see the GT500 day. Yep, I was thinking of doing that today, but it just wasn't meant to be, and it's all good. So once again, thanks for subscribing, supporting me. Nice comments. Really do appreciate all that. And hopefully my content gives you something to help you become a better person. That's my goal. And my channel really is. My goal is to just share with others. There's so much negativity in this world. So many just to hate, beyond hate. And I just don't want that. I just want to hopefully share with others that if you have a passion for cars and you have a passion for excelling in life to be rewarded, I can only emphasize to you that for me, in my life, the vehicles have been that has created my success in life, is the drive to work the hard as I can, doing really nice things, and I've been blessed to have them. So anyways, God bless, stay safe, and stay tuned. Oh my goodness, the projects. Till you own cars and take care of them, you just don't get it. But my goodness gracious, getting this thing all cleaned up and getting ready to park her here for a while. My poor trailer's so trashed. Birds just kill this damn thing. Here's the dilemma. Tomorrow's supposed to be snow heading back up north. Man almighty. Yeah, that doesn't excite me, hauling that thing back. Anyways, here I am. Just beyond believable. If you watch my channel, I mean, it doesn't just seem like yesterday. It doesn't seem like yesterday I was just packing everything up. And today is a honey to-do list here. So the driving, that didn't happen. Driving the Indians, that didn't happen. The wife really happy? That happened. If you're a married man, you get that conversation. So yeah, and it's not really that great a day. It's an overcast day here. It's just not the greatest. So in all reality, it's not like I missed out that big a time because motorcycle riding when it's just overcast. One thing was partly sunny, cloudy, not too shabby like yesterday, but when it's just overcast all day, it's just a cold day. So didn't get that, didn't do that. And then the cars, it's just so cold. I just feel like these tires, I mean, I know I've driven these cars in the cooler days and they just don't connect. And then this here, it's an ongoing debate. Do I drive it? You know, if I just keep on keeping this thing sitting, there's just no doubt in my mind that down the road, this thing's just going to be worth a lot of money. But do I really do that? I don't know. Did a cop star thing. Got the daughter a new seat, ordered a new seat for her. That's going to give her a better reach. So it's a seat that actually pushes her forward. And I give her a little more, I think, confidence on her seating posture. So I ordered that today. I ordered my lower leathers at the Indian dealer. And just kind of kept that simple. So when I get back in town, which, you know, I don't know when that'll be. Right now, I got a busy schedule. I've really traveled a lot. So got the bikes there. Got the other Indian. You know, you're probably saying, where's the other Indian? Yeah, it's in the basement. And then I moved the rugs. I actually put the official Indian rug here so that the motorcycles are all kind of sitting here and they're all kind of lined up. Pretty cool, right? So, yep, you're hearing me kind of breathe. Yeah, you're busting the frickin' cleaning this up. I would clean the truck, but we're driving back in the snow and ice and the brine. That's why I'm not excited about taking that back, but I got to take it back. Got to get this thing out of here because we can't stay here. So, yikes. There's the kid. Yeah.
Dad,
Yeah.
there are gunshots.
What?
The dogs are scared from gunshots.
Oh, I'm sure they are. Yeah, somebody's shooting guns off. So the dogs, just let them go now. Just let them go. They'll run over here. Well, let me close my doors. They'll jump in my damn car. Yeah. They'll come running through here. And oh my gosh, I will not be happy in that scenario. Yeah, we'll close the doors here. All right.
Pulled me all the way back.
So you have a skateboard with you.
Yeah. They're really
Poor
scared,
babies.
though, so I
Well,
just
just-
brought them back because Ginger was really freaking out.
Yeah, I know. Well, they're just their natural instinct.
No, I know. I'm just letting you know I came back because I don't want them scared.
All right.
But I'm going to walk again.
All right, I'll put them in the, just put them in the truck.
Yeah. Do you need my help?
Nope. You got your bunch of gear in the back of the trunk.
Yeah. I need to get this out now.
You don't have to.
Come here, baby.
Just go ahead and take your walk.
Come here, baby. Scout. Ginger. Come here.
There you go.
I just brought them back because they were too scared.
That's fine.
Like they were not enjoying it.
I get it. Hey, so I got a question for you. So the GT500 here, which would you take, the Hellcat or the GT500?
This.
So the Hellcat wide body Charger?
Oh.
Ooh.
I've driven it.
Yeah, okay, the Hellcat Challenger.
I don't like that.
Why?
It's not like a race car.
I mean, why?
My Scat Pack manual was more fun.
Yeah. Wow. So Challenger wide body, Hellcat red eye, or GT500?
This.
Why?
I don't like the Hellcat.
Okay.
It just is boring.
Okay. No rev matching,
It's fast.
no tunable exhaust.
Like this, I feel like
Doesn't have that performance.
I feel like I'm sporty.
Yeah,
Do you want me to get this out?
whenever you want. Yeah, there you go. So the kid, she just loves these Mustangs. They're more fun. I mean, I'm just telling you. They are more fun. Why do I have them? For the record, I sold my Hellcats, and I got back my GT500, and I didn't buy it back in for quite a while. So, yeah, for the record, right? Oh, the beauty of having clean cars, man. Tell you what, all these toys, it's a lot of work. A lot of work, so clean the cars up to park them, and Jesus Christ. It's just hard to believe we're already packing up to leave. Yikes. Oh, how time flies. Just incredible. Just incredible. I'm going to pack everything up, be ready to go leave tomorrow morning.